When you come to your charts, right, and you pull up and you see these big candles like this, right, that should catch your attention because those are imbalances.
From that's like breaking the mold. You supposed to do what you told. The elders' words are like gold. From the concrete you rose, you determine how far you go. So don't never sell your soul and never think you're too old to watch all of it unfold. On this dream I am sold. Let's see how far this goes.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? Ranks Banks, the wealthy trader, tapping in with some more fire, lit, authentic content. And if this is your first time on the channel, welcome to the channel. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button if you want to see the journey of just a beautiful soul out here, living, thriving, traveling, trading, enjoying Thailand with my beautiful wife. All right, and if you are a returner, you already know the vibes. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Y'all, today is the second episode in our series, our Smart Money 101 series. Teaching the wife how to trade, just the basics of smart money concepts, right? We're not going to dive too deep. We're just doing basic stuff. So last week we covered what, babe?
Liquidity.
There you go. Last week we covered liquidity.
Damn.
If you haven't if you didn't check out the liquidity video, go ahead. I'm gonna put that up there. Go ahead and check that out before you move on to this one, so you can understand where we at with it. So today we are talking about fair value gaps, y'all. So fair value gaps. I'm gonna put the definition of the fair value gaps on the screen so you can see what the fair value gaps is by definition, according to like the technological or whatever definition. And then we're gonna get into the computer so I can show you what a fair value gap looks like and how price reacts when it gets to these fair value gaps. All right, y'all. So we're gonna pull up any old random chart, right? And we're gonna go to like the 4-hour chart. All right. Now the thing with fair value gaps are, okay, I always say that price moves for two reasons: for liquidity, which is what we covered last week, and imbalances. Okay, imbalances are fair value gaps. So in the market, you're going to see like these long candles. Most people refer to them as like engulfing candles, right? You'll see like engulfing candles, a series of engulfing candles, or like a series of candles with an engulfing candle in it. I'm gonna show you on the chart, right? But you'll see that, and you'll see it's like this big space of like just nothingness. Okay, that's a fair value gap. Price has to balance that in order to be able to continue to move. All right, babe.
Yes.
Fair value gaps. Do you remember fair value gaps from before?
I know what they look like, but I don't know how to explain.
Can you show me on the chart any fair value gaps? Just one fair value gap you see on the chart. Let me see.
Okay. This.
Bam! Perfect, y'all. That's a fair value gap. All right, let me tell you some sauce with the fair value gap in a box, okay?
Pause. I gotta go get this.
Okay. She gotta go grab some food.
But you can still.
No, because this is
but I
your
need
lesson.
to know.
So we're gonna pause this, okay? We're gonna pause this.
A few moments later.
All right, y'all. We back. We back with full bellies. All right, back to the fair value gap talk. So she was absolutely right with the fair value. What a fair value gap looks like on the chart. Okay, we're gonna go over some more examples. But y'all, just a quick side note, this right here, your box, let me tell you, go to your settings, click on style, and click on middle line, okay? So that anytime you use any squares, that middle line will always be 50% equilibrium, whatever you want to call it. Price loves that. All right, and you're gonna see in some of the examples that I show you how price reacts off of the fair value gaps. So when you come to your charts, right, and you pull up and you see these big candles like this, right, that should catch your attention because those are imbalances. So a fair value gap is a 3 candle sequence, okay? You want to keep that in mind. And let's pull this up so you can see. Anytime you see you have a candle right here, you have your candle that prints, and this is the low. You have this next bearish candle. got peppers in the back of my throat.
Christ.
What am I drinking?
Don't be a smartass.
I don't cuss on my channel.
Oh, really?
I'm just joking.
I'm gonna
Come
put
on.
in clips of all the times that you have cussed on your channel.
I said I'm just joking. Jesus Christ, though. Me. All right, y'all. So back to the fair bag of yaps. So look, you see this candle right here. Let me get like a little pencil thing out. Oh, there you go. Boom. All right, so this is the candle that we talking about, y'all. Actually, I got something better for y'all. Okay, so this is the candle we talking about right there, right? So we have that low, and then we have this big bearish candle, and then we have another big bearish candle. So you see this next candle right here?
Mm-hmm.
What you would want to do is, now that you know that's the candle we talking about, you already know. You're going to draw from this candle's low to this candle's high. All of this right here is a fair value gap, okay? Now, sometimes price immediately comes back to fair value gaps. Sometimes it doesn't. There's fair value gaps all over the chart. There's context that you use fair value gaps with, but we're not going to get into that. We just want to be able to identify fair value gaps on the chart, okay? Because obviously you can't trade every single fair value gap. So I want to show y'all something about the 50% and fair value gaps real quick. Let me find a good example. This look like a good example right here. Let me draw it up and see. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Ha! Look at that. Y'all, you do this so long, you can eye this stuff. So right here, look, y'all. This is a classic. This is literally the play. This is, y'all, this is literally the trade. This is the trade that we take, y'all. Okay, look. This right here, we have liquidity, y'all. We have this liquidity because why? Those are equal lows. Last week's lesson. This ain't the fair value gap talk. I mean, it is, but I'm showing y'all how fair value gaps play out. Okay, so that's your run on liquidity. And then you have a break of structure. Why? Because this old high was broken. So now we have a new high in. And then look, we got a fair value gap. Anytime you see a run on stops or run on liquidity and you see a fair value gap print, you can believe that you can take that pullback trade, okay? So remember, this is 50% of that fair value gap. If we press, we're gonna play out the next couple of things. So just so you can see how price reacts. This is the 4-hour chart. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. To the T. Y'all, I'm telling you, these fair value gaps are the truth. Now you ain't gonna never be able to unsee them. Look at that. To the T, y'all. To the tick. To the tick. I had to show that one. All right, boo. I want you to go on this chart, and I just want you to mark up the fair value gaps that you see. Matter of fact, let's use another chart. Let's use this chart. Boom. 3 candle series. 3 candle sequence.
How do you zoom in on this?
Where you gonna zoom into?
Just anywhere. Look. Anywhere that is where I can see it better.
Oh, okay. So look, this is what you want to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then you can just kind of like pinch it.
That's good right there.
All right. Do your thing, Shorty. Do your thing.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, that's it.
There's a bunch.
Okay, just mark them.
Wait. Okay. There.
here.
How many more should I do? There's a lot here.
Just mark up any fair value gaps you see in this section. Just mark them. This is practice. This is where champions are created.
Okay.
Champions are created by repetition. Remember that. Repetition creates champions. Y'all, that gold trade that I'm in, yeah. Trying to figure out if I'm gonna close it out. It's doing this little 1, 2, 3 in this fair value gap. I kind of want to add another position, but I don't know. Them little baby fair value gaps, shorty, them joints be hidden, okay? Just so y'all know.
Okay.
All right, cool. So look, let's check the homework. Okay, wait a minute. What's this one?
Here.
Well, that's more of a volume imbalance.
Oh.
Only because it's wick to wick. But I see what you were saying. Let's see. Perfect. And look, let's draw them out. Look what happens when price gets to these fair value gaps, y'all. Look, if you was looking at this pair, and this is the daily chart, right? When price pulled back to this fair value gap after creating this low, breaking these, taking out some liquidity, I always tell you, you always want to sell after price has taken out some buy side liquidity. And look, this is right here. Buy side liquidity, boom, it took it out. Fair value gap, gone. Look at that. Another beautiful fair value gap. Oh, baby. Now this right here, y'all, this is a special type of fair value gap. This fair value gap right here is called an inversion fair value gap, or a balanced price range, okay? I'm gonna tell you why though.
Okay.
The only reason I say that is because this one, when price came down to this fair value gap, okay, based off of a fair value gap, it should have, instead of kept going through down, it should have hit it and kept going up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but it broke through it, okay? So that kind of invalidates the fact that that is a bullish fair value gap, meaning it's a fair value gap that will make price go higher. But guess what happened? It broke through it, and then it came back and it retested it. It touched it again over here, and what did it do? It sent it down. So it's called balanced price range or inverted fair value gap, because even though it didn't send price up like it was supposed to, price still used that as a magnet to pull back to keep pushing further down. So that's just some notes for y'all. That's some extra sauce on the BPRs, man, them joints, they hit. Let's see, we got this fair value gap over here. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Okay, perfect. All right, cool. Y'all, really, honestly, boo, you want to mark up some more? Fair value gaps are simple, y'all. They are literally simple.
Yeah.
You want to mark up some more?
No, because I know what they look like. Well, yeah, because I thought that one was, but it wasn't.
Yeah, so you want to do some more? We can just go to some areas on the chart where you can see where fair value gaps were and how they played out. So here's a fair value gap right here. Put it in the future. Look, Price came back into it. See, y'all see that 50? Price came to the 50, came back to it again, filled more of this fair value gap. So what happens is, the reason price comes back into these fair value gaps, it is because it shouldn't be like a lot of space, if you want to put it that way. It shouldn't be a lot of space between the candles, or a lot of space left on the candles that wasn't tapped. Okay, that's liquidity basically. So price moved too fast to fill orders, and it's just a lot of orders just like unfilled there. Basically, that's what that is. So price came here, boom, and look, this is the daily chart, y'all. So that's some pips. That's some pips for you. This could have been your first TP, and then to the moon. Hey cat. All right, y'all, let's see. Here's another example of a fair value gap. Y'all, when it comes to these fair value gaps, me personally, baby, when it comes to these fair value gaps, me personally, I like to trade them when they reach at least the 50%. But sometimes
They don't.
Literally. Let me see. This low is 704.75. Ouch! Move, man. 704.510. So that tapped into this. That literally
A tiny.
7. Oh no, that didn't. 475. 505. Okay, well, it didn't even tap into it. Y'all, sometimes price don't even tap into them. It'd be crazy like that. But let me see. I want to show another example of where price maybe didn't come to the 50%, but it just kind of like tapped off of it. I don't do the taps though. This might be a good example of one. Okay, maybe not. Because it came to 50. I want to find a good one though, so y'all can see like
Maybe right here. Maybe here.
right here.
In here. That's a fair value gap right there.
Yeah, let's see.
And see if it.
Shorty got the sniper eye for the fair value gaps. Oh yeah, nah.
It's still. No.
Oh no,
Right
this one.
here. This one.
Oh no, price didn't touch it into it.
Oh. Okay, maybe not.
Let me see. This is the year of the no to L. This. Oh yes, finally. Here's a fair value gap.
Jesus, you seen that little thing? I didn't even see that.
Yeah. You see that little tap? That little teeny tiny beep. Sometimes that's all you need is a beep, y'all. And look what it did. It sent price. Sent her on a merry way. Sent her to that high. Literally. There we go, y'all. There we have it. So that's fair value gaps. It can't get no simpler than that, honestly. I don't know. If this making sense to y'all, let me know in the comments, babe. This makes sense to you?
Yeah, sorry.
All right, cool. Now you good. I'm sleepy too. All right, y'all. We about to wrap this one up. If you found some value here, drop in the comments and let me know if you ever heard of fair value gaps before. If you never heard of fair value gaps before, y'all, fair value gaps are literally what changed my trading. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show a screenshot right here. This is literally the first message I ever sent my mentor back 2 years ago. I watched one of his YouTube videos on fair value gaps where he broke it down. I went that same night. I didn't back test it. I live tested it. I don't like back testing a lot. I like to just live test, forward test. I went, I did my thing, y'all, and I made some money. I made enough money to actually withdraw. And that was probably like my first withdrawal in years, okay? Well, my first withdrawal where I actually knew what I was doing. In the markets. All right, so fair value gaps can really change some stuff for you. I made enough to be able to afford my first month mentorship with him, and I've been with him ever since. So fair value gaps can change things for you. Hope you found some value. Thank you for checking it out. If you haven't already, smash subscribe. Baby, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a student. Y'all, I don't know how many more videos we're gonna make in this series, because I don't want to give too much. Honestly, those two lessons right there, the liquidity and the fair value gaps, are literally enough for you to go out here and start making some money. So next week we might wrap up the series, and maybe I'll do like some live, I mean not live, but some like replays of showing you how you can mark out liquidity, mark out fair value gaps, and where you can even enter trades at based off of those two concepts alone.
That's cool.
All right.
I was gonna say just those two. That's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, because honestly, ICT has a lot of concepts. He has order blocks, breaker blocks, fair value gaps. Like, that's all the stuff that Tracy was getting into on a boot camp. I don't want to overwhelm you or nobody else. Honestly, I just want to give you something that you can use. You only really need one strategy to be profitable. So just using those two things to go out here and start taking some trades, and then we can build on it as we go.
Okay.
All right. You good? All right, y'all. We out. Peace.
The truth of who you are, you were born to be a star. The sun rules my world, so I let it play its part. It's my golden art. We connected from the start.